Okay, a very good evening, guys. Can you let me know on the chat box if you can hear me and see a screen? Yes, can see a screen. Yeah, right. Okay, so before we start, guys, just a quick question. Is there anyone who was not there in the first class and was not able to watch the recording also? Is there anyone like that? Because then I'll give you a small intro and then we'll start. Otherwise, we'll be a little lost. If you miss the class, at least watch the recording. You're okay. Right. Okay. There are a few people like it. Perfect. So, guys, uh, just to give you all a small recap, what are we doing here? This is our normal theory class for A-level economics. So, we did give an introduction last week. I'm not going to repeat that again. For the month of December, classes are completely free. Reason? Because I don't because some of you all might change your subject later. Some of you all might feel I am not the teacher for you. So I don't want you to waste any amount of money. Just come for free. You can learn for the entire month of December. And then if you are interested from January onwards, you can make the payment and you can continue classes. So there is no payment to make at all. For December, there are two institutes. One is my own institute, iTutor SL. The other one is Satya College. The difference is you all are in two different WhatsApp groups, but you all come to the same class. So there is no difference in the class that you come or any of that. So all classes, Lamai, will be recorded and given on our website as well. So for now, I don't put the classes on the website because we are still new. I'm just putting it on YouTube for now, only for this month, okay? Because then any of you all can easily watch a YouTube video. No? So even this class, ideally within 24 hours, maybe by tomorrow night, will be available on YouTube for you all to watch in case you miss. And also we send a free set of tutes also. I'm guessing most of you all would have got your tutes by now. Yes, some tutes have got returned since some of you all have not answered the phone. I'm not very sure what happened there. I got a few here. Return packages from the courier saying that tutes calls have not been answered after trying around 4 or 5 times. I'll check. Yes, even Satya people will get the recordings. I will check again on the group whether you all have the tute or not. And I'm sending the next set of tutes tomorrow. I'll send a poll on the group today after class. If you all don't have the tute, you can vote on that. Then depending on that, I will cross check and see whether I have already sent or not. And I will send the tutes for you all tomorrow, another set for those who have not got. But for most of them, I have sent. Okay. Right. So today is our second class. So don't worry, we haven't done much. We just talked about something called what is economics and a very small area. I'll give you all a small recap from there since there are some new students and then we'll continue. And one more thing, there is a small quiz at the end of the class. Whoever who wins the quiz, you all will get a reload as well. The quiz will have 10 MCQ questions. I'll teach you all how to do that. Don't worry at all. When we do it, it's a very easy thing. I'll teach you all how to do. So it is based on what we learned today. So pay very close attention. We'll go until around 8 today. So from like 7:50 to 8, we'll do the quiz. Okay, that's the plan. 6:30, I'm not planning on giving you all a break in the middle since it's only a 1.5 hour class. Hoping you all can continue for 1.5 hours. You all would have had longer classes during O levels. No? So we'll continue and we'll see how it goes. Right. We'll start. Anyone has any questions before we start? Everyone okay? Fine? On track? Doing good? Nice. How is your A-level, O-level result feeling? Has that hype gone down compared to what it was a few weeks ago? Has things settled down and, it's not the talk of the house anymore? Has things got better or still it's the talk of the house? Still everyone's talking. How is school applications and all going? Is that going okay? If you're moving to schools, have they called in applications? I don't know. Like do they start in because there are school holidays, no? Now once A levels start, all schools are on holidays, so I'm not sure how the application process will go. So like I said last class, if you all can apply and move out, definitely do that. Okay, right, we'll start. No nonsense. So last class, Lamai, we started with our unit number 1 tute. Now, for those who already have the tute, you all would have seen inside your file, there is a main tute. That's the tute that we do on a regular basis. There is a past paper tute. There is some workbooks, which we will touch on in a little while. Right. So Lamai, last class, we talked about something called economic behavior. This is where we started. So we said there are physical needs and wants, there are mental needs and wants. What are physical needs and wants? Physical needs and wants were the needs and wants that could be satisfied by consuming a good or service. For example, the need for food. I can eat some rice, I can eat a bun, and I can fulfill that. Those were what we call physical needs and wants. Then what were mental needs and wants? Those were the needs and wants that cannot be directly fulfilled by consuming a good. Example, love, kindness, respect. Now, those kind of things, when you get a good door service, you can't get love, no lamai. When you buy samosa, you don't get kindness, no. So that is why we call those mental needs and wants. Cannot be fulfilled by consuming goods and services. Which of this economic focus on? Economics focuses on fulfilling which one? How many of you all remember? The physical needs and wants or the mental needs and wants? What does economics focus on? Economics focuses on the physical needs and wants. Guys, also one more thing, be a little bit more active on the chat box. I know sometimes a little lazy because that helps you to focus. Because on an online class, I understand you don't have a friend next to you to, annoy you and stuff. Sometimes, you stare at a screen like that, 2 hours, you you are in another world thinking of someone else. So on your end, try to keep yourself engaged, open the tute in front of you and make notes. Just don't look at a screen and wait. You can't look at a screen for 1.5 hours and wait. That doesn't work. So type, right? If you have your phone, I know you'll have to take it and type. Write notes on your thing, highlight your tute, keep engaging. It gets easier then. Otherwise, it's very hard to focus now. Okay. Right. Then remember we went into and I said economics focuses on what? Economics focuses on fulfilling this physical needs and wants. We don't fulfill the mental, right? Sadly, that is another subject you all can learn somewhere else. See, the activities and the behavior performed by people to fulfill our physical needs and wants is what we call economic behavior. There are mainly 3 things that people do: production, distribution, and consumption. Now, these parts are not very important. Okay, that's why I'm not going into detail. Don't worry. Okay, important parts I will go. Then after that, we got into last class. We spoke about the definition for economics. Last class, I told you all that human wants are unlimited. There are so much of wants. If I ask you what your wants are, you always say, I want the latest phones, sir. I want these laptops, sir. I want these vehicles, sir. Right? You have so much of wants. But the resources we have to fulfill those wants are limited. Don't have the enough resources, no? So then what is economics about? Economics is a subject about that studies the relationship between our limited resources, our scarce resources, and our unlimited wants. With our scarce resources, how can we satisfy our unlimited wants? How do we try to get the best use of our stuff? That is what economics is about. So we did the definition, and then after that, remember, we did a couple of A-level past paper MCQs also. Right? Most of you all got at least one of it correct. Remember, we did 2 questions, the one from the 2014 paper, and then we did another question from the 2021 paper, a very recent paper. So most of you all, some of you all got both correct, amazing. Some of you all got at least one, completely fine. So then am I coming into today's part. So today's part, right? Can someone tell me, Namai, I am Today my target is to teach you all micro, macro, positive and normative statements, and also to teach you all this scarcity, alternative users, choice. I don't know if that is too much for a day, but we'll see, because I don't want to. I'm not a person who usually talks nonsense and drags the class. Doing a work, we are working. I want to get until this part done. Can someone tell me what page is this in your tute? What page is that in your tute? If you're doing economics, what are the fields that you can do? There are a lot of fields. Page number 7. This where does it end? Page 7. Right. So that plan is to do until page 7. I don't know if that is too much. We'll try our level best. Okay. No, I will not rush too much also, but we'll try our level. There's a question. What fields we can do? For example, if you do IT, it's helpful. Yeah, you can do IT as well. So there are now, for example, my sister, she does econ, IT, and accounting. My other sister, she does econ, business, and accounting. It is a normal thing. So there are different. Sometimes, Lama, it depends on schools. Some schools, instead of econ, they tell you to choose IT. Those kind of things happen. Some schools, instead of BS, they tell you to choose IT. So there are different schools. They have different ways, so that we can't say. Okay, depending on your schedule, we'll see how to go. Okay, we'll start, Lama. I want you to listen very carefully because there is a quiz on this. Okay, we are going to learn the branches of economics. This is the very easy part. Usually tested as a MCQ. I'll show you all after we learn the type of MCQs we get. Now, there are two branches in economics. One is called microeconomics. The other branch is called macroeconomics. Yes, what do you all think micro means? What is the meaning in English when someone says micro and macro? What does that mean? Just normal English meaning. I don't want the econ. Micro means small, no? Exactly. So you know what is microeconomics? Microeconomics is where you focus on a small part of the economy. Now, if you take entire Sri Lanka as an economy, when you focus on a small part of it, and if you study about a small part, that is called microeconomics. For example, if we study how a household is behaving, how one individual is behaving, how one firm is behaving. So if we study a small part of an economy, we call that microeconomics. Look at the topics, Lama, here. Look at the examples. Here, see, studying the demand and supply. Now, what is demand? What is supply? Unit number 2. Don't worry what these are. Just try to understand that's a small part. Here, studying the demand, supply, and the price of a good. So, one good. Let's say mobile phone. You take the entire country, there are so many goods, no? But we are focusing on one good. Here, production function of a firm. So, how does one firm produce? If you take the entire economy, there are thousands of firms, but we are focusing on one small firm. The cost of a firm, the market operation of one good, the how a firm operates, something called scarcity, but these are we learn. Marginal cost, choice. Don't worry what these concepts are, okay? These concepts are things that we will learn in the future. You don't have to know what is marginal cost, what is production function. We will learn. Those are the future topics we have in our syllabus. So overall, what I'm trying to tell you is there are two branches. One is called microeconomics. What is microeconomics? Where you focus on a small part of the economy. You try to understand how one individual is behaving. For example, okay, when the price goes up, how does one person's demand change? Does he buy more of it? Does he buy less of it? Right? We are trying to understand. We are trying to understand how does one firm operate? How is their cost? What are those? Small part of the economy. Then what is macroeconomics? Oh, macroeconomics is where you focus on the entire economy. Focusing and studying of the overall economy is called macroeconomics. You see, look at some examples, Naman. You see, for example, here see, exchange rate. That is something you all know. You all know $1 is this much rupees. Now, do we say exchange rate of Colombo, exchange rate of this firm? No, no. When we say exchange rate, we say exchange rate of Sri Lanka, entire economy. Then, for example, what are the other topics one might know? Inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is prices. By how much are the prices increasing by in the entire country? So, what is inflation? Unit number 7. We will learn. Don't worry what these are. Okay. Now, if you take something like inflation, that is the prices of the entire economy. Here, aggregate output, aggregate income. What is aggregate? Total. So, total output of the country, total income of all the people in the country. Those are macroeconomic, where you focus on the entire economy, not a small part. You focus on the entire economy. Here, employment levels, unemployment levels, economic growth. So someone might come and say, okay, Sri Lankan economy has grown by 5% in the year 2022. So what is that? Macroeconomics. They're talking about the entire Sri Lankan. We don't say, economic growth of Colombo, economic growth of one firm, economic growth of DSI, economic growth of no limit. We don't say that, right? When we say economic growth, we say economic growth of the entire Sri Lankan economy. So that is what you call macroeconomic topics. So in our syllabus, now remember, how many of you remember how many units we have in our syllabus? How many units? In total, econ? No, not 50. How many units? We have around 12 units in our syllabus, no? So from these 12 units, the first unit is what we are doing now. First one is introduction. So first one will have all the small parts of all the other units. Okay. Then unit number 2 to unit number 4. Unit number 2, 3, 4. Those are microeconomic units. So in unit number 2, 3, 4, we will be talking about these topics. Here, I have given some examples at the bottom of this slide. These kind of topics is what we will learn in unit number 2, 3, 4. Unit number 1 also has a bit. We'll talk about that. Then unit number 5 to unit number 12, those are macroeconomic. Those are more harder and more interesting. We'll talk about the economic crisis in Sri Lanka. How did our exchange rate go so bad? Why did prices increase so much? We'll talk about all of those, entire economy. That is, see, unit number 5 to 12, we'll talk about these. Now, you all don't have, that's why I told you don't have to know what these are. Now, if I'm just give you an example, aggregate output, aggregate income, unit number 6. Economic fluctuation, unit number 5. Inflation, unit number 7. Employment, unemployment, unit number 11 and 12. So likewise, all of these small topics will be further discussed. These are big topics that we will discuss in the future. So for now, don't try to learn what is inflation, what is economic growth, not needed. But now you just have to know these are microeconomic topics, these are macro. So just a summary, and I'm going to put you into a past paper, okay? We'll see how many of you all can get it. I want all of you all to attempt the past paper. Right? I'm going to summarize this in 1 minute. If you are daydreaming, quickly listen. I put you to a level past paper check if you were listening. So what did I say? There are 2 branches in economics. One is microeconomics. What is microeconomics? Where you focus on a small part. When you focus on individuals, firms, households, how they behave, that is called microeconomics. And here are some microeconomic topics for you all to have a look. The cost of a firm, the demand for one good, the price of one good, a small part of the price of one. They say, for example, price of mobile phone. That's one good, no, in the economy. Not only mobile phones, no. In the economy, mobile phones, vegetables, fruits, how many goods are there? Firm means a company now. That's a firm. Okay. So when you focus on a small part, that's called microeconomics. When you focus on the entire country, entire economy, overall economy, that is called macroeconomics. Examples: inflation, exchange rate, economic growth, aggregate income, aggregate output. Those are all macroeconomic topics. Is that okay? Ready for the past paper question? Do you think you can handle? Challenge accepted? Right. We'll try. So guys, in the tute also in the middle here and there, I might sometimes put some QR codes. Those are some interesting videos for you all to watch. So for those who don't know how to use a QR code. What you have to do is now you have the printed tute. Now take your phone, open your camera. You don't have to install any apps or anything. Just open your camera and try to take a picture of this QR code. You don't have to take a picture. Just hold the camera and wait in front of this QR code. Then a small pop-up will come. Then you all can watch a video. If someone tries it during the week, when you scan the QR code, it goes to a link. No, can you copy that link and put over here? Then it put not over here on the class group, because for some people the QR code might not work, and the others who for those who works, just scan it. It will take you to a YouTube video. You copy that YouTube video's link and you share it on the WhatsApp group. Then others also who just share a video on page number 3. This is the video. Then others also who can't scan the QR code can get it done. Okay, right. Past papers, there is 1, there is 2. This one we can't do yet. We'll come to it later. Right. There are 2 past papers to try out. 2011 A-levels question number 2. So remember, 1 MCQ is 2 marks. You have 50 MCQs in your paper, 100 marks for paper 1. The branch of economics that studies the decisions of individual households and firms is called macroeconomics, microeconomics, positive economics, normative economics, home economics. Which one? Quickly give me an answer. If you are listening, I don't think you can get this wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least give me a, you don't have to type the full answer. Can at least give me a question answer number. Which one is it called? Right, I've got around 25 to 30 answers. Others, I'm getting, guys, you all might not see all the answers. I'm getting messages directly. Right. Yes, I think all of you all got that correct. That's the easy one, no? So which one? That is called microeconomics. These are the type of questions you will get. It might be a little harder than this, but your A-level paper is, okay, paper 1. Remember I told you paper 1 gives you how many marks? Paper 1 gives you 100 marks. So 100 marks, how do you get the 100 marks? 50 MCQs. 50 MCQs, each MCQ has 5 options. Here 5 options into 2 marks, that is 100. So this is one question like that. From the 50, this is one. From the first day itself, by learning that, I just taught it to you all 15 minutes ago. From 15 minutes of studying, if you can get this done, imagine after 2 years studying for A-levels, this is nothing for you. Okay, now this one, this is a little hard. We'll see. You have to be smart. Huh? 2050. Which of the following is a microeconomic statement? What is microeconomics? Focus on one small part, no? About one good, one firm, one individual. That is microeconomics. We'll see. The price of rubber declined by 10% last year. Unemployment was 58% of the labor force last year. Real GDP, GDP is the total amount of goods and services in the country, increased by 7% last year. General price level, what is general price? That is inflation, increased by 4%. Tax revenue of the government decreased by 8%. You can tell. Which of these focus on a small part of economy? Maybe one good, one firm, one individual. Most of you are getting it right. Some of you are a little off. What do you all think? Which of this is the microeconomic statement? Think. When you all are looking at the answer, think, okay, does this mean small part of the economy or the entire part? Small part, entire part. Small part, entire part. Which one? Nice. Most of you are giving me correct answers. I have 34 answers on the chat box. Others, there are a few more. There is 40 here. 6 more. Right or wrong, that's okay. Don't be shy. You can send the message only to me. No one will see, no one will remember your name. I also won't remember your name because every 5 seconds your name goes up when a chat comes to me. So don't worry, I'm not going to think you're stupid. No, I'm not going to think of any other. Which one? Answer number 1. The price of rubber declined by 10% last year. Why is this the answer? Price of rubber. Rubber is only one good in the economy. In the economy, do we only have rubber? There are millions and millions of goods. So we are only focusing on one small good, something called rubber. That's why we call it microeconomics. What is microeconomics? Where you focus on a small part. You see, unemployment. What is unemployment? Total amount of people in the country who don't have jobs. Then GDP, that is the total amount of goods and services the country has produced. We learn unit number 5. General price, that is the entire prices in the country. Unit number 7. Then tax revenue of the government, entire government's tax revenue. Unit number 8. So all of these are what topics? If one is a microeconomic topic, 2, 3, 4, 5 are. These are what? These are macroeconomic topics. So usually from micro and macro, you don't get essay question. It's a very basic thing. So they start with the MCQ. Like everyone okay with that? Fine. Yep. So that topic is done. Good, right? Most of y'all got 2 out of 2. Some of y'all at least got 1 correct. Nice. We'll move into Lamai. Now this part we can't do. This will come to this after this part. I have put this by mistake here. Right. Now we are going into 2 different types of statements that is there in economics. 2 what? 2 different types of statements. So there is something called, now forget about micro macro, that is finished. Now we are trying to focus on 2 different types of statements. What statements? One is called positive statements. The other one is called normative statements. There are 2 types of statements in economics. Positive, normative. Positive, normative. We'll learn what is positive statements. When you all look at the examples, you always understand it better. Okay, don't try to memorize these definitions. They don't ask. Just understand it. Might be used in MCQ. Don't try to memorize these paragraphs. Not needed. Okay. So what are positive statements? Now, positive statements are statements that answer the question about what has happened, what will happen. It's like a fact. Positive statement is like a fact. So these positive statements, you can prove it or disprove. Positive statements can be correct or wrong. Can be correct or wrong. That doesn't matter. You can prove it. Now, for example, look at the examples here. I am saying, okay, here see. Right, here see. Number 4. Population growth rate in Sri Lanka is 1%. That means compared to last year, this year population increased by 1%. So those are facts, Nilamai. Now, it is about what has happened. Last year, population has grown by 1%. So this might be true, this might be false. So you can prove, no, you can do a small survey and see, last year there were 21 million people in Sri Lanka. This year there is 22 million people. It has increased by this much. So you can prove those are facts. Then here's the lemma. A negative relationship exists between price and quantity demand. That means when the price of a good increases, demand is coming down. People are buying less of that good. Can prove and see. So now, for example, okay, I'll ask you all this question. Now, my normal class fees is 2,800 a month. If I say class fees is 10,000 a month, will you all still come? Will you all still come? I say, look here, students, class fee 10,000 a month. No, right? When I increase the price, what happened? Quantity demand came down. My demand came down. I can prove and see, if I want to test this, what will I do? In January, I will say, students, class fees is 10,000. Then I will come log on to Zoom and see, and no one is there in my class. Demand has come down. I can prove. No, I can prove and see whether this is actually true or false. Those are the statements that we call positive statements. So once again coming, don't worry. I know you all didn't 100% get it. That's okay. What are positive statements? You see, positive statements are statements which answer the question of what happened, what will happen, and the statements that can be verified. That's a very important. Verified means you can test and see whether these are correct or wrong. Here, correctness of such statement can be tested using real world facts. Now, for example, you're saying, so there is a negative relationship between price and quantity demand. That means when price increase, demand will come down. So can we test that in the real world? We can. So in January, I increase my class fees and see whether the demand will come down. Actually, it comes down. So maybe it's correct. Now, one thing that you also have to understand is positive statements doesn't mean true. It can be false also. Now, for example, you all come and tell me, sir, Sri Lanka's population is 50 million. Sri Lanka's population is 50 million. False, no, our population is 20 million, 21 or 22 million. So, but can I test and prove that? Yes, I can look at statistics that is there on the internet. Maybe I can do a survey and see how much is the population. I can prove, no? I can prove whether this is right or wrong. Now, those kind of statements are called positive statements. Remember, positive doesn't have to always be true. Can be false also, no problem. But the feature is it can be tested. It can be verified. You can tell whether this is true or false. Now, I know you all didn't get it 100%. That's okay. When we do normative, you will understand it better. Okay? That's the first type of statement. And what is normative statements, Lama? Normative statements are people's opinions, personal judgments based on my belief, my traditions, based on what I feel, my personal opinion. That is what you call normative statements. Now, normative statements, Lamai, you can't prove whether this is right or wrong. You look at the examples. Yes, okay. Number one, the country should increase monthly salary of government workers by 5,000. What do you all think, Lama? Is this right or wrong? Country should increase government's monthly salary of every worker by 5,000. Government worker salaries increase by 5,000. Is this right or wrong? Don't you think there is no right or wrong here? It's like a judgment, right? Now, okay, what is your opinion, Lamai? Should they do it or not? Should they increase government salaries by 5,000? What do you all think? Okay, some of you all are saying yes. Anyone saying no? Should they increase now? Government workers are there, school teachers. There are what? So many government firms. Should they increase? Some of you all are saying no. Some of you all are saying yes. The firms who are saying yes, why? No, maybe the government might not, but should they do it? We will discuss and see. Do you all think now? Think you're the economist now. You're the president. You're trying to make a call now. From next year, 2024, should we increase the price of government salaries or should we not? You're the president. What will you do? Will you increase or not? Some of you all will say, sir, how no, sir, government workers, what they are also working very hard, right? They are also working very hard. Yes, they also have family expenses. So, yes, sir, we should increase government salary workers by 5,000. You all will say that. I will agree with you. I will 100% agree. Some of you all will say, no, sir, government workers, you know, sir, they are very inefficient. When we go to government offices, no one does the work. And so, in top of that, they are charging bribes also. Now, police officers, custom authority, sometimes some people, right? So much of bribes also. So then, why should we now? Even if you now one day you always go to get your license very soon. Then what happens? Then also you have to pay a bribe. So, also, don't increase by 5,000. So they are anyway earning more than enough from bribes also. They are not doing their job also. With you all also, I will agree. See, there is no right or wrong. No, we have our personal opinion. Some of you all are saying, sir, Pau, sir, now think of government school teachers, how hardly they are teaching us. They are coming every day. So, yes, sir, we'll increase salary by 5,000. I will say, no, 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 no. These people are very lazy fellows. They are not doing their job properly. Don't increase by 5. See, is there a right or wrong? Can you prove whether this is right or wrong? No. Why? Because this is a personal opinion. You are saying, yes, we should. I am saying, no, no. Corruption. These fellows anyway charging bribes. Good. So, those are what we call normative statements. Now, you see, okay, let's say number 4. Okay, do you all agree with me here now? Number 4, every person should earn equal income. What do you all think? Now, there is no right or wrong here. Okay, there is no right or wrong. What do you think? What is your personal opinion? Should they earn? Yes. Or should they not earn? Every person should earn equal income. So there's 20 million people in Sri Lanka. Everyone working should earn the same income. Some of you all are saying yes. So maybe you all are thinking, sir, everyone has the same needs, no, sir. Everyone wants food. Everyone wants everyone has children to look after. So yes, sir, everyone should have equal income. Agree with you. Some of you all are saying, no, sir, some people are very lazy. They are not doing any work. Some people are working very hard and they've studied very hard and they are work very hard. So they have to get more income. I agree with you also. So there is no right and wrong. These are value judgments. Your personal opinion, my personal opinion. I am saying, okay, yes, everyone should earn the equal income. Saying no, everyone has the same basic needs, and then we are all going to die, no. But are we going to take our money and go? Everyone wants to eat, no. So let's make everyone get the same income. You will say, sir, no, sir. I have studied so hard. I have done my A levels. I have done my degree. I have done my masters also. But then another person who has not done anything, he is also on the same self. So not fair answer there. See, those are opinions. So there is no right and wrong. These are things that can be debatable. Now, these are things that's debated in the parliament. In the parliament, now Ranil will come and say, look here, we are going to increase government salaries by 10,000. Then the other fellow, right? Let's say Mahinda will come, or let's say Anurag Kumar will come and say, nah, we don't even have the money to increase salary. What nonsense are you talking about? Right? Can't increase salary. We'll give them like a small bonus for 1 month to give them. So these are things, there is no right or wrong. These are things like personal opinions. You can debate about this. You can go on and on, debate about things like this. You see, okay. What about number 3, Lama? Do you all agree with? Give me your opinion. Every citizen should be given free medical facilities. So there are 20 million people in Sri Lanka. They should be given free medical facilities. What do you all think? What is your opinion on this? So no. Most of you are saying yes. So you all will think, okay, sir, the healthcare is a basic need, no, sir. Let's give it to everyone. Now I will say, are you mad? Our government doesn't even have the money to, do the main expenses. How can we do this? So again, debatable, right? I'm saying, let's medicine expenses, let's at least charge 500 rupees. If they come to the hospital, let's at least charge 500. You're saying, sir, no, sir, some people can't even afford 500. Let's give it for free. So there is no right or wrong. These are what? Personal judgments. So that is what you call normative statements. You see, normative statements are the statements in relation to what should exist and what should happen in the society. Normative statements are based on personal views, beliefs, and traditions. So based on one person's view. Now, for example, let's say I feel government people are very, they are earning bribes and all of that. So don't increase salary. Maybe your view is, sir, my father is also government worker, sir. He is working very hard. He is not like that. So yes, you have to increase salary based on our traditions, no, our beliefs, our view. Maybe let's say when I got caught to a police, let's say driving, that fellow told me, to give him some money. So now I hate the fellows. I don't like government workers. But you like government workers. Maybe your father is a government worker. He's working very hard. So you see, you can't say whether this is right or wrong. That is based on our personal beliefs. Yeah? They are mostly subjective. What does subjective mean, Lama? What is the meaning of subjective? What does subjective mean? We are saying normative statements are subjective. Subjective means it differs differs from person to person. Differs from person to person. You're saying, let's do this. I'm saying, no, we'll do this. It differs from person to person. That's what you call subjective. Here, it is difficult. Here, Silama, it is difficult to test the correct. Now, you can't test whether these are correct or wrong. Lama. Can you do a survey and test every government worker should get a salary of 5,000? Can you do a survey or something and check? No, right? Someone says, okay, give free medical facility. there is no way to test whether it's correct or wrong. These are personal opinions. Yeah? Difficult to test the correctness of normative statements using real world data. So, what is normative statements once again? Statements that are about personal opinions. Based on what? Based on what one person believes, based on what one person's traditions are, based on that, the statements that come out of it is only called normative statements. Can you prove normative statements? There is no right or wrong. These are opinions. I might say, yes, we should do this. You might say, nah, 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 sir, don't do this. Those are opinions. Now coming back to positive. Now see whether you understand positive better. Positive statements are facts. These can be proven, not like normative. Positive are facts. It might be right or wrong. That doesn't matter. But these are facts. It's about what has happened in the past, what might happen in the future. Those are called positive statements. Here's now look at the examples. Here's number one. The 4 factors of production are land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. That's a fact, no? Now, there is no argument, no. You can't say, no, sir, 4 factors are not this. No, I won't say, yes, sir. No, these are the 4 factors. There is no argument like that. In normative only, there is a debate. Here, there is nothing, no? Right or wrong, we can see, right? The statement is actually correct. There are 4 factors of production, correct? And now see, negative relationship exists between price and quantity demand. It's a fact. You can, with real world data, you can see when the price goes up, will the quantity demand come down? That means negative relationship. One is going up, one is coming down. Then, unemployment level in 2013 was 44%. Now, this is actually wrong, Lamai. Sri Lanka's unemployment level wasn't this high. It was around 10%, maybe 5%. But still, why is it a positive statement? Because why? Because we can test this. We can test and see whether this is right or wrong. So if any statement can be tested, if we can prove whether this is right or wrong, that's a positive statement. So for example, we can see, okay, we can do a small survey and see how many people didn't have jobs in that year. Whether it is 44 or 45 or 5% or we can prove it. Therefore, it's a positive statement. So overall summary, what are positive statements? Positive statements are statements about what has happened, what will happen. They are facts. Can be proven or disproven. You can use real world data and see whether these are true or false. Those are positive statements. And we say positive statements are objective. What is objective? Objective means there is only one correct thing. It doesn't differ from person to person. Objective means there is only one correct answer. Now, Lamai, okay, have you all seen, I don't know, in O levels or wherever, when you all do MCQs, now MCQs means multiple choice questions. Some people also call this OTQs, objective test question. Why do we call MCQs OTQs? Because there is only one correct answer. Now, in your A-level paper, do you think your MCQs are subjective? Can there be multiple correct answers? No. Only one answer is correct. You can't argue saying, no, this is also right. No, those are called objective test questions. There is only one correct answer. Okay? Those are positive statements. Then, what are normative statements? Normative statements are personal opinions, judgments of people. Can be right, can be wrong. These you can't prove. So, for example, I will say we should increase salaries. You will say, no, sir, don't increase, sir. They are anyway earning from bribes. I will say, look here, we have to see. Now, what is ought? Ought is also meaning is should, right? Sri Lanka ought to obtain foreign aids for development. You will say, no, sir, don't get foreign aids, sir. Now, these Chinese people, when they come and give money and all, then very big trouble. These fellows later they tell to give us this, give us that. So we'll just keep them away. We'll use our money and do. I will say, no, we don't have money, no. So Lamai will get some foreign aid. We'll get some money from China and we'll build a, let's say, a harbor in Sri Lanka. You say, no, sir, don't take money from China. We'll use our own money. So these are, again, opinion. There is no right or wrong. Yeah. Normative statements are important for policy. And now, for example, that's why I said these are the ones that they debate in the parliament. And in the parliament, Ranil comes and says, look here, let's increase government salary by 10,000. Sajid comes and says, no, we don't even have money, right? He uses his big English that he always uses. And he says, no, right? We'll increase only by 5,000. Another comes and says, no, what nonsense, we'll increase by 20,000. Different people, different, they will discuss and all of it. And then they will come to one agreement. And also, Labai, one small trick that you can keep in mind, okay? Usually, in a normative statement, words like what, words like should, words like ought, these kind of words will be there. I'm not saying every normative statement has these words, but in general, when you see a word like should, word like ought, you can read that again and see most likely they are normative. I'm not saying every statement is that has should is normative also. Okay. Usually that has the word should and ought and stuff. They are normative statements. Is that part okay? Positive normative. Have we try out a A-level past paper question to see whether you all have got it? Okay. Right. Number. This you have to be tricky. I have not given a question with the word should. So give me a second, I will have some water. Which of the following is a normative state? What are normative? Those are judgments, no? Can be you say this, I say this. Number one, economists classify economic resources as land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Number two, environment is an example of a scarce resource. Number three, if income increase, sale of luxury goods will fall. Number four, economies have limited resources to satisfy unlimited wants. Number five, an unequal distribution of resources. You can think of resources like income is unfair. What do you think? Which one is the personal opinion? Most of you are getting it right. Some of you all are a little off. What do you all think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have around 20 answers. Others, which one do you all think is the personal opinion? Which one can be debatable? That means 4 of these are positive statements. Those are facts. You can prove also. One of this is like a personal judgment. I am saying you're saying no. Which one? So our answer, Lama, is what? Most of you all got it correct. Nice. Our answer is number 5. An unequal distribution of resources is unfair. Resources like income. You will say, no, sir, this is unfair. Everyone should earn the same income. I will say, no, sir, some people have studied very hard, so they should get more resources, they should get more money. Those are normative, can be debatable, normative. There is no right or wrong. Then look at the other ones. Economics classify economic resources, land, labor, capital. That's a fact. Yeah. Environment is an example of a fact. Some of you gave me number 3. Yeah. If income increases, sale of luxury goods will fall. We can prove, no? We can prove and see, okay, if income increases, will people buy more or buy low? Buy more or buy less? We can prove and see. We can use real world data and see, okay, let's say if the government gives a salary increase, will people buy more luxury goods? Will they buy branded watches? Will they buy this thing? We can prove and see. We can study the real world and we can see whether this is happening. This is also a fact. Economies have limited resources to satisfy unlimited wants. That's also a fact. But the fifth one, see, this one didn't have the word should, no? Now, that's where it becomes tricky. So they say, this is unfair. Someone is saying, no, no, this is fair. Someone might say, no, no, what nonsense, this is unfair. Okay, so most of you all got it right. Good. Then going into question. This one is comparatively easy. 2018 question number 1. Now, for those who have the tutes, you all can jot down the tute itself. You all have the past paper tute. No, these questions are there. Okay. Which of the following statements is a normative statement? First one. Increase in prices, in fuel prices, will encourage the demand for electric cars. If income increase, sale of luxury goods will fall. They use the same line from this one. No, see how lazy your examination. If laptop prices fall, people will buy more of them. Government should control the rent that house owners charge. The content demand for a good is inversely related to the change in price. Which one is the normative? This is not hard. You're smart enough using a keyword, you can find. Which one is the normative state? Right, I have around 20 answers. See, A-levels, remember I told you last class, trick is you listen carefully in class, that's all. Don't, during class, don't play nonsense and don't mess around. You listen carefully, things get easy. Which one? I think all of you all gave me a correct answer is number 4. Government should control the rent. So you will say, some house owners, they are charging more high amounts. So government should control the rent. It will say, government has enough and more work to do. They can do those work. Let people charge whatever rent they want. So if they charge high rent, no one will come to their house. So not a problem. No, if let's say I have a small house, I am saying rent is 200,000. No, I won't find a tenant. So what about it? No problem. I charge 200,000. No one comes. What to do? So government can't come and for every house look at what they are charging. No. So personal opinion. So that is the answer. That 2008. Is that fine, Lamai? Positive, normative. Okay. So we did micro, macro, positive, no. Set, all good. Fine. Not hard, no? Econ is okay. Going good so far. What are these? No, you thought A levels would be very hard, then some people scared you also. And you are learning what is this. Don't worry, hard stuff come. But still it's not hard, Lamai. I'm repeating this again. I'll repeat this in the future also. The trick of getting A levels done is staying focused. Listen attentively in class, get the thing into your head the first time. During the week, go through what we have done a little. Won't take that long, 15 minutes. How many people took 15 minutes to go through what we did last week? Last week we already did definition and you don't even need 15 minutes. 5 minutes is also enough. Took that. Ideally make it a practice. Now, right? Some of you have done. Make it a practice before the class event. Ideally within the week try to do it. At least before the class. If class starts at 6:30, at let's say 6 o'clock, you sit in your table. Not just for econ. All the subjects do that. Half an hour before, you sit in your table. You sit in your table and go through and see a little. This is what sir taught last week. Okay. This is what it is. And if you all have some time, read ahead in the tutor. You all might not understand 100%. So maybe today you could have just read and come, what is positive, what is normative, you would have understood. But when I explain, it makes more sense then. So those small practices might have to come. Otherwise, things get overloaded and it becomes very difficult in the end. So now itself, build those small practices. I'm telling you all this beforehand itself. And remember, I told you, I'm also someone who did everything around during A levels, but I'm also someone who is top 50 in the island during my year. And I told you there are 100,000 students writing, And even coming among the top 100 or top 1000 itself is a big deal. So it's not difficult. It's that from the beginning itself, you have to get things right. So I will guide you to do that. I can't come and sit next to you and make you open the book and read it. I can't do that. I will send the tutes. I will arrange the recordings for you if you missed. I will do all of that. It's up to you to take that effort. You do that, you will itself realize that A levels was way easier than O levels. O levels is not connected. Let it go. From the beginning, little by little. Trust me, it works. You can't do this 1 year later, you daydream now. 1 year later, you come and, that happens. Sorry, madam. Now, I will get into a very easy part here. I'm not trying to focus a lot on needs and wants. My main area of focus today is this scarcity, choice, opportunity, cost. We'll get into this needs and wants. Anyone who has not learned needs and wants in O levels? Most of you, if you have done O level commerce, you know needs and wants. I don't want to bore you all teaching needs and wants. Anyone who has not learned, tell me, don't feel shy. If you're not done commerce, you don't know needs and wants. All right. Okay. There are a few people on the chat box also. So I'll quickly summarize. It's a very easy thing now. Okay. So what are needs? Needs are the basic requirements that you need for survival. In order to live, the basic requirements that you need is what you call a need. Yeah. The basic requirements or necessities that are essential for your survival. Example, food, clothing, housing, those are called needs. Those are the must-have, essential for survival. Then what are wants, Lamai? Wants are various ways of fulfilling your need. For example, I have a need for food. Right now also I'm hungry. Any of you are hungry? You have the need for food. So how do I satisfy this need for food? How different ways of fulfilling this need? Here, I can have rice, bread. See, very traditional examples that you might have in your house. No, see, I'm very realistic. Rice, bread, spring hoppers, and or hoppers. Or maybe you might have paratha, or maybe you might have like a different dish. See, those are what you call wants. What are needs? Basic requirements needed for survival. What are wants? Different ways of fulfilling your needs. Wants are not essential, Lamana. For example, I can live without string hoppers, no? But without food, I can't. Need is essential for survival. Wants are not really essential for survival. Then, Lamai, you see. Now, Lamai, does needs differ from person to person? Yes or no? Needs, are they different from person to person? No, ne? Don't you think the needs are same? Now, I have a need for food, education, a house. My needs and your needs are the same. You also want food. You also want education. You also want, let's say, water. So needs are the same. Needs don't change. Do wants change from person to person? Needs don't differ from person. Do wants change from person to person? Definitely, no. Now, if someone comes and asks, okay, what do you all want to eat for dinner, Lamai? If you all, let's say, I was granting a wish for you, what would you ask? What would you ask? What do you want? Ghee roti, naan, burgers? Anyone else? What do you all want for dinner? Getting hungry, no? Okay, there are kotus, pizza, seafood rices. Okay, nice. Ah, good. So, I will say, okay, right. Let's say I say, okay, I want barbecue chicken. Now, see, your want and my want are not the same. Some of you said pizza, some of you said kotu, some of you said seafood rice, some of you said this. The wants differ from person to person. Why? It depends on so much of factors. It depends on, you see, wants differ from person to person based on gender, based on age. Now, for example, if you go and ask your grandmother, what do you want for dinner? Will she say she wants pizza or seafood fried rice? No. She might say something else, no, because for her age, it's something. You go and ask a small child of, let's say, 3, 4 years what they want. They will say something like chocolate. See? From age to age, from even male, female. Now, in terms of clothes also. Now, I might want something. Now, girls might want something else. We don't want same thing. No? Different trends, different fashion. See? Wants change from age, gender, based on your geographic area. Now, for example, someone living in Sri Lanka might not have the same bonds in someone living in, let's say, Australia. Now, he says seafood rice, those fellows like, want rice. What is rice? So, they want something else. So, wants differ from person to person, but needs are always the same. So, few things to remember about. Needs are limited, wants are unlimited. We have unlimited. Needs are limited. No? Food, clothing, shelter, education, let's say water. Like, there's a few. Want some more. You can go on and on with the whole list. Although needs do not change with time. With time, needs don't change. No. Even a small kid and a very old person still needs food, clothing, shelter, they need. Wants change with it. With time, wants change. Okay? Needs are common to all. Wants differ from person to person. That also we learn. And now, what wants do we try to satisfy in economics? We try to satisfy our material wants, which are what we call physical needs and wants. That's what we look at economics. So, economics pays an attention only to material wants that can be fulfilled through the consumption of goods and services. That's the basics about needs and wants, Lamai. I am not going into detail. These are stuff we have studied. I hate teaching needs and wants because it's such a boring topic. When topics are very easy also, Lamai, it's very boring. I don't know. Have you all found that? You all like learning very easy stuff. Don't you all think that's very boring? And something that you already know when the teacher goes on and on and on and on something, or it's very boring, no? Something new, then only you attentively listen. So I also have the same problem. So I hate teaching needs and wants and all. Needs, wants, demand part we will learn in unit number 2. So don't worry now, just leave that there. Right. Now we are going into something new. This is interesting. This is something that all of you all, oh, no, none of you all, unless you were there in the first batch, none of you all know this. Scarcity, alternative users, choice and opportunity cost. This is a little scary. Lamai, can you see in the tute have I left some blank space anywhere? Just see anything? I think at the end of have I left? I can't remember if I left space or not. Have I left some space? Yes. That is for you all to make a small flow chart like a diagram. So don't worry about writing anything now. You listen. Later you can write. Okay. So don't worry about eyes. End of the note, there must be like a small no, not at the end of the tute itself. Just check at least after opportunity cost, there is like a blank area. No, after this part. At least here, or if there's before that, if there is a small space, you can jot it there, or you can paste do it on like a small sticky note or something and paste. That is up to you. You make your tute colorful and nice. That is your decision to do. Okay, right. Listen very, very, very carefully. We are going to go into a yes, on page 7. You can jot it down. Don't jot down now itself. Listen now. I want all of you all to give me answers here and understand this practically. Econ is not about memorizing. Econ is about understanding. So we'll try to understand this. We are trying to learn something called scarcity, choice, opportunity cost, alternative uses, something little bit complex. Highly tested question, MCQs, essay questions, both are very tested. Now see, positive, normative, micro, macro, those though they don't test in paper 2, MCQs only. Now this part, MCQs, essay questions, everything is tested. So I'll try to summarize this entire thing in around 25 to 30 minutes. We'll go through a little bit more detail in this the next class, but The overall picture is what I want to give it to you today. Okay, so now it's 7:37. We have 23 minutes to go. Focus. After that, there is a quiz. Okay. Lamai, can you tell me, if we talk about human bonds, quickly tell me, are human bonds limited or unlimited? Human bonds. Limited or unlimited? I want all of you all to engage and give me an answer. Human bonds are unlimited. We just learned so many bonds that people have. Okay. Bonds are unlimited. So I will say unlimited bonds. Unlimited. What about the resources? For now, think of resources as money. For now, money is not resource. We will learn that later. But for now, think resources to fulfill these bonds. Resources are unlimited, limited. Resources are limited. So people have to fulfill their unlimited wants. They have limited resources. So this leads us to the first concept that we are studying today. So that is what we call scarcity. What is scarcity? Scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to our unlimited bonds. What is scarcity? How do we define scarcity, Lamai? We can define scarcity by saying scarcity is the what? I'll write it over here. It's there in your tutor, don't worry. Scarcity is the limitedness of resources compared to unlimited bonds. So compared to our unlimited bonds, we have what? We have limited resources. That is what we call scarcity. Does scarcity mean that we don't have resources? If someone comes and says scarcity means we don't have resources. No. Now, just think, Lamai, if you take resources, now think land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, those are called resources in a country. We learn those. We learn that later. But do we not have? We have. But compared to our unlimited bonds, our resources are very compared to our unlimited bonds, our resources are scarce. That is what scarcity means. Now, don't ever go and write in your paper, scarcity means the lack of resource. Scarcity means country doesn't have resource. No. Scarcity means compared to our unlimited bonds, our resources are limited. Not that we don't have resource, never, we have. Now, for example, even Bill Gates, or let's say Elon Musk, even for him there is scarcity. Why? He might have so much of money, property, everything, but even his wants are unlimited. No? To satisfy everything he might not have. Okay? That is scarcity. Now, for our example going forward, we'll take a, now there are so many examples. We'll take an example of a plot of land. Okay, a plot of land. Let's say after A levels, let's say when results came, you all became island first. And one of you all here think you became island first. Now think, now the TV is coming to your house, right? They are saying, now you are saying, every day, you studied every day, you're giving your plan now for the other students, now they're interviewing you. And then let's say president, let's say Ranil is still the president. Ranil also wants to meet you all. Okay, so Ranil comes and says, look here, this one, I also want to meet you. Now you're going to Temple Trees to meet Ranil. So after the end of the conversation, Ranil says, okay, I'm very proud of you. Okay, I am giving you a plot of land. Okay, so I am buying a plot of land for you. Let's say next to Ranil's house. Ranil's house is in near Royal College. Next to that, he is buying a plot of land for you and giving. Okay, now in Colombo 7, you have got a nice, let's say, I don't know if he will really give, but let's say he bought a nice plot of land for you and gave. Now, do you have unlimited amount of land? No, you have one plot of land. There is scarcity. So, Lamai, this one plot of land, how many things can you do with this? Okay, can you all tell me what and what will you all do with your this plot of land now? Ranil gave you a plot of land. Only land, there is nothing else, just land. Tell me what are you going to do? You were the island first. I will build a nice, nice luxury house. Okay, house with a pool and nice. Okay, some of you all are building a playground. Okay. Anyone else? You build a mall. Colombo 7, no, very nice business idea. Good. Colombo 7, business property. I will buy a house somewhere else and I'll build a mall here. Okay, restaurant, a full building with a nice thing. You will build another school, right? So then, don't you think? Sports, okay, planted trees also nice. Farming, good, right? So don't you think, Lama, this chaos plot of land has so many different things that you can do. So those are what we call alternative uses. What is that? Alternative uses. So chaos, now our plot of land is scarce. We don't, Ranil didn't give us the entire country. No, Ranil gave us one plot of land. So we have scarce plot of land. That scarce plot of land has a lot of alternative uses. So some of you all told, sir, I will build this. I'll just put the uses that you all told me. Most common one that I had on the chat box is build a house. Some of you all said me, okay, sir, I will build a shopping mall. Okay, I will build a shopping mall and give it on rent. Some of you all said, okay, I will do some farming with. But Colombo 7 farming, I think you can do better things. No? Some of you all said, okay, sir, I will plant some trees. Some of you all said, sir, I will not do anything. I will rent that plot of land to someone else. See, that plot of land, that scarce plot of land had so much of alternative uses. You all agree with me? The scarce plot of land had so much of alternative uses. You could have done so much of things with it. Now, my next question. Think and answer. Can I do all of this? With my scarce plot of land, can I build a house, a mall, do some farming, plant some trees, rent it out? Can I do all of it? I can't. Therefore, what should I do now? I should make a what? I should make, no, not a mall. I mean, what should I make? I should make a, I need to make a choice now. You see, I need to make a best choice now. I need to make what? I need to make a choice. I can't do everything, no. In the plot of land Ranil gave me, I can either build a house or a mall or do. So now, Lamai, how do people make choices now? How do people make choices? Like, do you close your eyes and tell your best friend, hold one finger, then whatever finger your best friend holds, you do that. You don't make choices like that. No, I know some of you all make choices like that. I have friends who are doing A levels also. They say, catch two fingers, and they'll be sick. So what will you do? You will now think, right, if I build a house, this is the benefit I will get. Yes, how much of money I need? Do I have enough money to build a house? Do I need, okay, if I'm going to build a mall, okay, do I have this? What kind of benefit I will get from a mall? Let's say I want to build a, do some farming here. Okay, what kind of benefit I will get? So you're going to analyze, right, in your head. You might not write it on a, yes, you'll do a proper planning, exactly. You might not write it on a paper, but don't you think you will do a proper analysis and you will rank them from 1 to 2? Don't you think you will rank? Now, after doing your analysis and all, you will see, right, okay, the biggest benefit I am going to get is if I build a mall. So this is my first best option. If Ranil gives me the land, the best profit and everything, the best income for me is building a land. Let's say my second best option, if not for the mall, The second thing, now I'm ranking in my head. You don't have to rank it writing on a paper, but in your head you are thinking, right? You looked at all the options, right? Best thing is, okay, I should build a mall. Second thing is, okay, maybe let's say I will build a house. Let's say I don't have my own house, so I'm going to build a luxury house for me with a pool and everything. I'm going to build a luxury house. That's your second best thing because you are living in a rented house. You are thinking, okay, I'm going to build a house. Third best thing is, okay, let's say you're going to do some farm. So likewise, Lamai, you all will, before making a decision, what will you do? In your head, you will talk to people, you will, discuss it. Obviously, you will have discussed with your parents, no? Ranil gave you the land. You can't say, now imagine Ranil gave you land and you say, no, Mama, Dada, I'm going to do this. So, Amma, Tata, I'm going to do this. It doesn't work. They will also definitely influence, no? So, you have to consult them and then you will make a list. And then, Lamai, after ranking it as 1, 2, 3, 4, which one will you go with? A rational consumer, fellow with a proper brain. After ranking this as 1, 2, 3, 4, you will always go with number 1, no? You won't, after ranking it 1, 2, 3, 4, you won't go and do the fourth one. No? A rational consumer, he will always make the first one as his choice. So let me now summarize the story again for those who dozed off. Okay? Human bonds are unlimited. Human bonds are unlimited. Resources that we have to fulfill these bonds are limited. So because of unlimited bonds and limited resources, that leads us to the problem of scarcity. What is scarcity? The limitedness of resources compared to unlimited bonds. Compared to our unlimited bonds, I'm having a bad cold. Compared to our unlimited bonds, our resources are limited. That's what we call scarcity. So then to carry forward my story further, I gave you all a situation where you became island first and Ranil gifted you a plot of land. So now we have one scarce plot of land, scarcity. One scarce plot of land, just one plot of land, Ranil gave. Then I told you this scarce plot of land has many alternative uses. You can do a lot of things with it. You can build a playground, a house, a mall, do farming, plant trees, rent it out. You can do so much of different things. So that scarce plot of land has alternative uses, such as scarcity plus alternative use. Leads to what? Leads to something called a choice. Why? You can't do all of that, no man. From the software, you now choose. So how do you usually choose? You don't close your eyes and tell a cat, catch a finger, let's do whatever you want. No. What will you do? You will do a proper analysis. No, right? If I do this, this is the benefit I get. Okay. To do this, do I have the money? What will I get? Likewise, you will do an analysis and you will rank it. No, this is my best option. This is my next best option. This is my third one, my fourth one, my fifth one. You will rank it. Now, even like that, Lamina, for example, haven't you, can you give me an example of where you are doing this right now? Some of you all must be doing this right now. Don't you think when you're applying for schools, you all are doing it right now? Aren't you all ranking it? Don't you think you have a rank in your mind? You might have not written in paper, but don't you think you have a rank in mind? Best option, okay, I will try to go to this school. Based on what is near, what is reputed, I will try to go to this. If not for this school, I will try, at least I will try this school. At least if not, I will try this school. So you have a small rank. You see, you might not be writing it in paper, but I'm telling you, that is how you make choices, right? So, okay, let's say with all the schools you applied, they took you. They said, okay, right, we are very happy with you. Come and start from January on. You can't go to all 4 schools in a minute. You have to make a choice. So how do you make a choice? You rank it, based on the distance. How far is it from your house? Can I travel easily? Which school is reputed? Right? Which school, let's say, teaches well. I want to do commerce. Okay, which school is commerce better at? So you will look at a lot of factors and you will rank it. So that is what? That is how human behavior is. You don't have to write it in a pen and paper and rank. In your head, you have a rank, no? So that is how people make a choice. So far is the story okay, Lama? So far is the story okay. Scarcity, alternative users, choice, right. Now, Lamai, the moment you make a choice, the moment you make a choice, there is something that is created. What is created? There is something called an opportunity cost. Something called an opportunity cost is created. What is this opportunity cost? Lamai, opportunity cost is the benefit, the benefit foregone, benefit foregone from your next best alternate, from your next best alternate. Benefit foregone from your next best alternate. What does this mean, Lamai? Lamai, tell me, according to how I have ranked, foregone means what you sacrifice. Okay? From how I have ranked, if not for the mall, what is my next best alternative? If not for the mall, what would I have done with that land that Ranil gave? If not for the mall, can I do everything? Can I build a house and farming and everything? No. What is the next thing I would have done? If not for the mall, I would have gone, according to my ranking, I would have gone and built a house. That was my second best option. No, my next best alternative. So that is what you call opportunity cost. So what is opportunity cost once again? Benefit foregone from your next best alternative. So what is the benefit that you forego from your house? Let's say a comfortable lifestyle. Okay, so in my example, what is my opportunity cost? My opportunity cost is, so my opportunity cost is what? My opportunity cost is the benefit foregone. Foregone means sacrificed, okay? Foregone from the house. What kind of benefit I would have got from a house? From a house, I would have got some luxury, or I would have a comfortable place to live. That's the benefit. Another thing I would have got is rent free. Definitely, that's a benefit. Then now your house is next to Ranil's house. You get prestige, Columbus Urban House, no? It's another benefit. You can go to your school friends and say, look here, man, Ranil is my neighbor. Imagine Ranil is your neighbor. Your house also will have security card. See, that's all benefits, right? So because you built the mall, the next best thing you sacrificed is house. You went and built a mall. Next to Ranil's house, you put a 54 mall and you built it. So because you did it, which one is your opportunity cost? The benefit. Remember, Amma, when in your paper, don't say opportunity cost is house. Don't say that. You say opportunity cost is the benefit foregone from the house. So what is the benefit from the house? The comfortable living, rent-free burden, the fact that you are living next to Ranil, that that prestige you are getting, the security you will get because that road is if it's Ranil's house, lot of security. So all the benefits, no, you had to sacrifice that. One more mistake that students make is they think opportunity cost is all the alternatives. No, opportunity cost is only the benefit you sacrifice from your next best alternative. Because Lamai, if not for the mall, you can't do everything. No, if not for the mall, can you build a house and do farming and give on rent and do all? No. If not for the mall, what would you have done? Built a house. No, you can do. So that is what you call opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Benefit foregone from your next best alternative. Opportunity cost is not all the benefit. Opportunity cost is not the house also. It's the benefit foregone from the house. So quickly summarizing again. Unlimited bonds, limited resources. That leads to something called scarcity. So scarce resources have so much of different uses. We call those alternative uses. Can we do all of it? Well, we have to make a choice. The moment we make a choice, what happens? That leads us to something called opportunity cost. So we have to sacrifice all of this. No, when we decide to build a mall, we have to sacrifice all the other options. Number 4, number 5. That's called a trade-off. What is a trade-off? Trade-off is what you sacrifice. So all the others I have to sacrifice. So what is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is the benefit foregone. Foregone means sacrifice. The benefit that you sacrifice from not all the alternatives, from your next best alternative. Benefit foregone from your next best alternative. So in my example, opportunity cost is the benefit I could have got from the house. So that is a comfortable lifestyle, the security, and all of that. So that is the overall story about scarcity, alternative users, choice, and opportunity cost. Is that story clear now? I have not gone through the note yet, but this is the overall picture. Fine. Now, I'll ask you one more question. Is opportunity cost the same for everyone? Or will it differ from person to person? Will your opportunity cost be my opportunity cost? I'll take a different example. Okay. Tell me, Lamai. Now, all of you, now some of you, there are some people in the group who didn't come to the class and they'll watch the recording later. Okay. Again, one more reminder on your end, please make sure that you somehow come to class. If you miss the class, yes, I will give the recording, but please, if you can come to class, definitely come, Lamai. That discipline you need to have. And I'll tell you, all my past students who have island ranks and all are people who somehow come to class. The recording is there, no problem. I will guarantee that recording will be there. But make sure regularly attending class is very important. That's how you stay on track. Recording is there. You can't miss 4 weeks and then in the last week watch all the 4 recordings. It doesn't work like that. So regularly you have to come to class somehow. Worst case only you watch the recording. Please don't make it a habit to watch the recording, because if you get used to it, okay. I'll take a small different example. I'll finish the class soon, guys. Don't worry. Let's say right now, in this 2 hours, okay, 1.5 hours, you all decided to come to your class. So instead of this, what you could have done, Lamai? What else could you have done? Instead of this class, what are your other options? What do you have to choose between? Some of you all right, okay, watching a movie. Okay, maybe watching a movie, nice Sunday night, watch a movie. This fellow has troubled me and told to come to class. Anything else? I would have gone and slept, Lamai. I would have gone and had a small nap. Some of you all would have gone out with your friends, go out to eat. Now see, Lamai, okay? Now see, birthday parties, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Now see, Lamai, does this ranking have to be the same for everyone? Now, for me, right now, I'll take my ranking. This is Arshad. This is my rank. For me, first one is now class. Sadly, I'm doing the class now. If not for the class, I would have gone and slept. So what is my opportunity cost? My opportunity cost is the benefit I sacrifice from sleeping. So what is the benefit I get from sleeping? I feel relaxed. I feel, maybe, I don't know, I feel calm. I might see a nice dream. Those are my benefits from sleep. So what is my opportunity cost of doing the class? Benefit I could put as sleep. So let's say you, this is you, okay? So let's say now you also had to come to the class. That's a choice you made. If not for the class, let's say You all would have watched a movie. This is my O-level break, sir. I am nicely watching a movie. That is your opportunity cost. See? So opportunity cost is subjective. What is subjective? We learned before. Differs from person to person. So you can't say no, sir. Opportunity cost is the watching movie. I can't say no, lama. Are you all mad? Opportunity cost is sleeping. My opportunity cost is different from your opportunity cost. So opportunity cost differs from person to person. We'll go to a little bit in detail in the next class. Don't worry. So for this week, Lamai, now I didn't go through the note. Can you all get a screenshot of this? You can do a small home writing down in the this thing. And can someone send a screenshot on the group also for the ones who couldn't get a screenshot? Then at least they can look at the group. Yes, choice is also subjective. Exactly. Can you all take a screenshot? The ones who are able to help out your friends, can you send the screenshot on the group as well? So the ones who can't, there are two groups, the ITUT and the Satya College. Please send one, right? Okay. Now, Lamai, we'll come back to our. Now, there is a small homework for you all to do this week. Okay. This week, I want you to. We'll get into the MCQs later because we anyway have some questions to do also. Okay. I want you all to read this and come. So can you all tell me which page is this, Lamai? Scarcity alternative use choice. Page number? Page 5. So for homework, from page number 5 until where that ends, opportunity cost ends, page 7. Now what I explained is only there here. I will go through this next week with you. I will, don't worry, most likely by next class you should have the tute. From page 5 to 7, can you read and come? I will go through this in the next class, don't worry. I just want you to read a little and come so you will understand better. What I explained is what is there in the note here, okay? Right, done. Then I will quickly go to our quiz. Okay, so give me a second. I'll teach you all how to do the quiz. It's an interesting one. Study or not, that doesn't matter. Just come and participate. Okay, we'll start. Okay, so starting with the quiz, most of you all have joined. Even in the middle, you all can join. Okay. So first question is a trial question for you all to try out and see how it works. No points for the first question. Each question has 1,000 points. Okay. Faster you answer, more points. Okay. Trial question. How much is 2 plus 5 into 3? These are trial question, not equal, just for you all to test to see how the quiz is working, whether you can press the answer, how much is it going. That's just a trial question. Okay. Faster you answer, more points you get. Okay. So answer is 17 there. Okay. So if you can't log in, Lama, just give an answer on the chat box. Just let me know on the chat box which color: red, blue, yellow, and green. Try your level best to log in. Some of you all might sometimes have connection issues. Just send a thing on this. Okay. Now going into the proper econ questions. Faster you answer, more points you get. So here still 0 points here. No one got points. Right. First question. Which of the following best describes economics? The study of satisfying unlimited wants with limited resources, the study allocating resources in the most efficient manner by the government, the study of how businesses maximize their profit, the study of how society determines the distribution of wealth and income. Which one? Answer fast, you get more points. Huh? Faster you answer, more points you get. Right. Nice. Well, all of you all got it correct. Okay, so economics is about this. Good. Even on the chat box, I got all correct answers, but you all will have different points based on how fast you answer. See, we have Shekhar on top with 924. Then you have Diniti, Saima, Azima, and Hen. The boys, where are you? Okay, going to the next. Why is economics considered as a social science? It focuses on studying natural phenomena. It primarily deals with physical sciences like chemistry, physics. It explores human behavior and interactions in the context of the economy. Exclusively relies on mathematical models and algorithms. Why do we call it as social science? Talked about this last class. Yellow one, no, because why? It studies human behavior. That's why we call it a social science. Good. 16 of you all got that right. Look at the leaderboard. Okay, right. We have Dignity on top. See, the faster you answer, more points you get. Okay. Now, going to the next. Economics is all about solving the unemployment in a country. True, false? Economics is all about solving unemployment in a country. Answers on the chat box also most are correct. Others. False, no. Economics is not about all about solving unemployment. There are much more things in economics. Okay. False. Then, okay, the leaderboard is like this now. Right. So we have a new leader. Three questions. We have three different leaders. Nice. The branch of economics which studies how an overall economy behaves is called what? Positive, micro, macro, welfare economics. Branch of economics that studies the overall economy. What's that called? Called macroeconomics. Nice. Okay, right. We have the same leader. Very tight competition on top though, like very, very close. What is meant by the term economic behavior? Historical events that shape economic system, distribution of wealth among social groups, way people behave to satisfy unlimited wants using limited resources, government's role in regulating economic activities. What is economic behavior? That's the yellow one. Good. Leaderboard. Still very, very close. No, I think all of you all have got all five correct. It's just the fourth and fifth points are the same. 4, 4, 4, 5. Very tight competition. We'll look at the next. What is a positive state? Positive. Statement that talks about a fact, what has happened or what will happen. A statement that predicts economic phenomenon based on facts and data. A statement that evaluates the fairness or morality of economic policies. A statement that offers normative restrictions for improving the economy. What's a positive state? Oh, right. All of you have answered. That's why it went. That's why before the time finished, it went. Now, so answer is the red one. Even in the middle, you all can join Lamai. No problem. Okay. Okay. Next one. Which of the following combinations include a microeconomic and macroeconomic concept? So one is micro, one is macro. Inflation, government debt, aggregate income, aggregate supply, consumer behavior, demand for good X, cost of production, economic growth. Micro and macro has both in order. First one is micro, one is macro. Oh, only half of you got it right. The green one, no? Cost of production is a micro concept. Economic growth is a macro economic thing. Good. Okay, leaderboard has changed. Right, we have three more questions to go. We'll see. A normative statement is a statement that describes things based on facts and evidence, an opinion or value judgment about how things ought to be, a statement that presents a relationship between economic variables, a statement that predicts future economic trends and outcomes. Which one? Normative. Which one is the normative? Nice. Most of you all got it right. The blue one, no, the opinion or the value judgment. We learned it today. Good. Right. 9 of the 11 questions are done. Last two questions to go. Okay. Sometimes the last two questions can be double the points. So each question is 1,000 points. Last two questions, unless can be of 2,000 points. Okay. Which of the following is a positive statement? Which one? Government should provide free healthcare for all citizens. When price increases, demand for a good will fall. Taxation is unfair. Government should increase minimum wage. Which of is the positive statement? That means it's a fact. Can be proven or disproven. Other three are ideally normative. Wow. Almost all of you all got that correct. Good. So when the price increases, demand will fall. Good. Okay, so we have Shekhar on top, Azima, Shahima, Diniti, and Noah, all the girls. The guys, I don't know where I all. Right, 10 out of 12. One more question to go. Last question. Which of the following is a normative statement? No. Unemployment rate in country X is 6%. Increase in price of smartphones will decrease demand. Supply and demand determine equilibrium. Government should control the rent charged by household. Normative statement. Which one? Red, blue, yellow, and this. Now it's the green. Oh, nice. So we'll move to the leaderboard. We'll see who won. Okay, right. Okay, so here are our winners. We have Shekhar on top, number 1. We have Azima on 2 and Shahima on 3rd. 4th and 5th also, congratulations. The others also, I think most of you all would have done really, really good. So good job. The winners, can you drop me a message on WhatsApp? I might not reply right now. Drop me a message on WhatsApp with your phone number. Say, sir, hi, sir. Now, for example, Shekhar will say, hi, sir, I am Shekhar. I was first in the quiz. Please send my reload to this number. Just type your number also and send. So, because then it's easy for me to copy and paste. Otherwise, I'll look at your number and this thing. So just say, sir, I am Shekhar. I won first. Then first place, I'll give you all a 200 rupee reload. Second place, 100. And third place, 50. So you can drop me a text to get your reload because I might not remember your names, Lamai, to come and remember you and drop you a text and get the reload. You drop me a text. I might not send it now itself. I will surely send it within the week. Okay. So good job. Study and come. There will be another quiz next week. For those who were not able to win it, probably next week might be your chance. Go through what we did and also come. Those who don't have the tutes, you all will get your tutes very, very soon. So see you all next Sunday. Next Sunday might be Christmas. No? Sometimes we'll see. Most likely I might give you all a holiday sometime next week since it's the Christmas weekend. If not, we will have one after the week off. Right. So see you all. Have a nice day.